Hi, hello to y'all. It's been a while since I uploaded a video with my voice, but this time I'm gonna do a special video. The idea was suggested to me by a subscriber. I don't remember when, because it's been some time since I saw that comment. I'm gonna try to find it and put a capture on there, but it was a while ago that I got suggested to do this video, a tier list of the RPG horror games I've actually played in this channel. Because I already did a tier list previously, but it was a random tier list I found, and it had some RPG horror games that I haven't played. Actually, a lot of them that I haven't played in the channel, so this is a list that I did myself. I did the template. I had to subscribe to Tier Maker or sign in with my account, and I took the time to search for all the pictures of each game, download them and upload them here. So yeah, like this is my tier list. I did it. And so I am going to do it again only of RPG horror games that I have played for this channel, because I have played some RPG horror games that I haven't uploaded about for whichever reason, plenty of them actually, but those will not be here. I would say the RPG horror games that I have played off camera won't be here. For example, just to give a few, Corpse Party, there was a game that another subscriber did, and they sent me a message on Instagram that please try the game, and it was pretty cool. But I haven't uploaded anything about it, so it's not gonna be here. I'm gonna cover it eventually. And a couple other examples about that. So all these games I have played on the channel, any video about them, all deaths, full gameplay, the endings, parodies, I don't know. But if you see the picture of any game here, it's because I have a video about it on my channel. With that being said, and because I don't want the intro to be this long, let's cover the categories real quick. This is going to be the first one, favorite. Just one RPG horror game is going to be here, okay? Spoilers, if you saw the previous video about the tier list I did, you know which game's going to be here. Just one. My GOAT. My favorite RPG horror game of all time. Just one. Then we have the God tier, which would be like pretty epic RPG horror games. I would say the classics, games that have left something on us that we always remember. When you say RPG horror games, what games do you think about? I'm gonna try to put those games in this category. The next one is excellent RPG horror games that I really enjoyed, that some of them may not be like too well known, but personally for me they were pretty great. There's a couple of them actually that I am seeing right now that I know that are gonna be in this category. The next one would be very good. Yeah, some good RPG horror games that I liked, not to the level of the other ones of the excellent category, but are still good, that I enjoyed playing and recording for the channel. And lastly, we have good RPG horror games that I found that caught my attention for it, details maybe, the music, the certain images, you know. Yeah, I like them, but not to an extent that I would say this is my favorite game or that left an impact on me, okay? The game is good, that's the category, but just good. And if you notice, there's no category that says like bad or awful or this game sucks. The reason is because I find it very difficult to criticize other people's work, because if you don't know, I have tried developing my own RPG horror game. Before 2020, the pandemic, I had my game like pretty fairly advanced, but I got all the data deleted when I changed computers, so I have to start all over again. The thing is, I know how hard it is to develop an RPG horror game. I know the struggle, I know the frustration, and I didn't even get to complete a game, so I am not one to criticize other people's work. That's why there's no bad categories in here. And other thing I wanted to say is that if the game is here, if I have uploaded something about the game, is because I really liked it. And I found like something I could record and upload about. Because there are other games that I have liked that I haven't uploaded yet because I still don't know what content to record, okay? So, let's get to yeah, to the tier list. I don't know what to say anymore. So the first game is actually the latest game I have played or uploaded to this channel. It's called, what is it called? Oh, it's called 1215 or 0015. This is a very short RPG horror game. It's a hello hello type of game, meaning that you have several endings. Not as much as hello hello. Hello hello had like 30. This one has 6 endings. But as you get the endings, you get like a piece of a message or a piece of the story that you have to put together, getting all the endings. So it's fairly short. The only thing I didn't like about it, that you cannot save in this game. It's very short, but you cannot save. So if you get an ending, you have to start all over again. So recording those 6 endings, the video was like 11 or 12 minutes long. It took me more than an hour to get all the endings. And there's a secret ending, which took me more time to figure out. So I would put it as a good game. I like the atmosphere, you know, the story, the creep. If you saw the video, the entity or whatever that was stalking us, I like that. There was not too much background music. I had to add it in that video. If you watch that video, I added the music. Some of it, not all of it. The next game is 7 Minutes. I played this game in 2021, if I am not mistaken. The story is pretty deep, actually. Just to briefly resume it, here you have 4 children. You are this mother, and suddenly a weird entity is stalking the family one night, and the house catches a fire, and you have to try to save your children. Spoilers, you don't. The real story behind it is that actually the developer lost her pets because of a fire. It's not her children, but it's her pets, so it's also like a strong link with her pets, and to, you know, to release a little bit of that stress or that sad experience, she developed this game. You learn about it on the post game, and that touched me a lot. I think it was lizards. The pets were lizards, and that touched me a lot. I thought that was cool. The game was cool. It has some interesting puzzles mechanics there, so I would put it here in very good. It's also a short game, I would say. The video was like 22 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. The next game is Akai Kaidan. This game, I discovered this game at the beginning of last year. At the beginning of 2022, yes. I was not expecting that this game would be as good as it was. Like, I liked it a lot. And I still remember like the story, the monster, the sounds, the music. So I have this game very highly praised, or in a very high position. This is a game that I am going to put in excellent. I would put it in God tier, but like not too many people know about it, and despite me loving the game, it doesn't get to be in God tier because I believe it's not as known as the other games that should be there. But for me, it was an excellent game. Akemi-tan would be another excellent game for me. This is more known than Akai Kaidan, but still it's not a classic, I would say. It's developed by Kona 5, which has very good RPG horror games. The first time I played this game, I didn't get the story. I honestly didn't understand it too much because I played it like, 8 years ago. And what really got my attention at first with this game was the horror elements of this game. Like the monsters, the atmosphere, the sound effects, the background music. The story is a little bit more interesting than you would think, but yeah, this game doesn't get here to be an excellent because of the story. Actually, it's just by how well the horror elements act to its benefit. So there you have it. Akemi-tan, excellent. Alone. I played this game a couple of months ago, or maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. The most interesting aspects of it were like, you know, trying to figure out what you had to do before the killer gets to your apartment. And I don't remember, I recorded a full gameplay. I even did it with like recording my voice. It was a legit reaction to it. I got a couple of jump scares, I think. And I really had fun recording it. So I would put it as a good game. It was a good game. Amayaro bus stop. I recorded an all that's video about this. I believe it had some English typos. That doesn't ruin the experience for me. Just trying to like remember stuff of the game with those little details I say. The story was good. The background music I really liked it. At first I thought it was annoying, but I ended up liking it. It had interesting characters, like their renders and stuff. The deaths were pretty good. I would put it as a very good game. A very, very good game. And this game was actually pretty good. It had out of all the RPG horror games, I believe, it is the one that outstands the most because of its animations. They actually got to animate some parts of the game, like when you get attacked by a boss, and like certain key points of the story, like when you are about to beat the game and stuff, you get animations about that, about the characters. So that's pretty neat. And the characters were pretty cool. The puzzles were pretty cool as well. It was an inspiration of It, if I am not mistaken. It resembles a lot It. So I would also put it here in an excellent game. The animations were top tier. I have a video just about the animations. Like, it's a 2-minute video where I show the animations of this game. Go watch it. Oh, Oni, well, this is God tier because it's a classic, because it's very famous. A lot of videos were made about this game back in the day, and I believe this game got people into RPG horror games. A lot of y'all. So, what else I can say about this game that hasn't been said already? It has mods, like you can play it in God mode where you don't take damage. You can play it with the South Park cheat, where all the characters resemble the South Park characters. It's pretty cool. The next game is Blank Dream. This game, I played it again at the beginning of last year. I think it was before. No, I played it in 2021. By the end of 2021, I guess. If I'm not mistaken. I sometimes have good memory, sometimes bad memory. And this game was awesome. I like the background music, the music in general of this game. The deaths, recording the deaths was fun because I remember that it had a lot of deaths and I had to look for them in every corner. What I would do at that time, now it's different. Now I like record while playing and I get the dead and that, but at that time what I would do is play the game for the first time, one go, and every time I died I would write it down on a notebook, like, oh, this dead. So the next time I played the game to record the deaths, I would know, okay, I have to die here or go here to die and record it. Good times, really good times. So the deaths were cool. It was fun, a fun game with a very deep story. I loved the story as well. I kinda liked everything about this game, so I would put it in God tier. I don't know how famous it is, honestly. I don't know if it's as famous as other games, the classics, but for me, I'll put it here in an excellent. The Boogeyman is the first game, we can find of the Strange Man series here. So yeah, if you read the Strange Man series, the Crookman, the first game, the most famous I believe, then you have the Sandman, the Boogeyman, this one, the third installment, and the Hangman. So the Boogeyman was actually a good game. I remember playing it back in the day in 2015 or 2016 maybe, for the first time, but I didn't get to beat it, so I played it a couple years ago or last year where I actually beat it for the first time, and it was pretty cool. My voice cracked there a little bit, sorry. The characters, well, you have David from the Crookman, you have Sophie from the Sandman, and the people surrounding them, but specifically speaking about Keith and Helena, great characters, great voice acting. Actually, this is the game where Manly Badass Hero did the voice of Dick, that the police boss, I think it was. Perfect acting by him, by Serene Harper, who did Helena. I don't remember the name of the voice of Keith, but it was pretty good as well. I really loved the voice acting in this game. Regarding the story and puzzles, at times it was a little bit tiresome because Yuri's games in general have complex puzzles, and sometimes it's not very hinted what you have to do. So you have to figure it out, or you have to search everywhere. And yeah, that's that with the Boogeyman. Still, because of the voice acting that I really loved, because of that, I would put it as an excellent game. This game is called Cursed Cage. It's about a lockdown. So there's a pandemic going on, and this guy, the protag, gets locked on his apartment. I don't know where we've seen that before. So yeah, it's also a short game. The background is basically your room, so you can interact with the computer, with the door, with the window, with the bed. It has three endings, with a little bit of dark or deep meanings regarding what he does during the lockdown. I would put it as a good game. It gave me a chance to record a video about it with the endings. It had three endings again. It would differ if you talk with the cat, if you didn't talk with the cat, if you checked the computer or not. So that's the way you would get the different endings. Now we have The Crooked Man, which was the first installment of the Strange Man series, and personally the first RPG horror game I played in 2013 maybe. 2013 or 2012, I don't remember. I think it was 2013. This is the first RPG horror game I played, and I immediately fell in love with this world because of the story. At that time, I was a teenager at the time, so the most thing I enjoyed about this game was the puzzles and like the Crookman, the render of the monster. But growing up now, like a couple of years ago that I beat the game again, I got more into the story because David, I won't say it's so relatable. Like, he has things going on in his life, like issues with his family, with his love interest, and with his job. Come on, we can all relate to that up to a certain point. I would put it again in God tier because yeah, the Crookman was very famous back then. Dear Red is the first RPG horror game I played on my phone. Yes, this is a mobile RPG horror game. It's also on the computer, I think, but I played it on my cell phone. It has multiple endings. You have to get them all. It doesn't matter the order, but you have to get them all to... and we arrange the puzzle pieces and we get the full thing. But we have to play it several times. And it had a lot of ads. So I would put it again as a good game. The story was interesting. But again, I had to play it several times to get the whole thing, which isn't a bad thing, unless you're playing on a phone, because you get a lot of ads. Desert Nightmare. I really don't know what I can say about this game. It was interesting in regarding that you go visit a town that apparently is messed up, and you find out that it's messed up little by little until it's too late to escape. So it has a lot of monsters, a lot of creatures, a lot of deformed things. It's pretty intense. And you are an 18-year-old girl or a 16-year-old girl, I think. So it was pretty interesting. And death was around the corner. You died a lot in this game. I died a lot in this game. Personally loved it, so I'm gonna put it here in very good. A very good game. The Desolate Hospital. I had to look back for this game because I didn't remember much about it. Basically, yes, you go to a hospital and it's haunted and you find horror elements that are good. There were some images that were pretty disturbing for me. Regarding the story, it's not too deep, but the horror elements make for it. So that's why I think that it's a good game as well. This one's Escape from Lavender Town. It's a very short Pokemon RPG horror game. Or a creepypasta, actually. The Lavender Town is a well-known story. And it has the music, the music that's supposed to be, the one that caused all the issues. You wander through Lavender Town, speaking with people that little by little starts getting more weird until you essentially die in this game. But it was a cool experience. I wouldn't put it like too high. It was cool for a 10-minute playthrough. So, a good game. Feather of Praying. I don't remember if this game was Chinese or Korean. Don't quote me on that because I don't remember exactly where it was from. It had a lot of typos. Like, and again, that doesn't get me out of the game, out of the experience, but you get to that. I mean, you see it and it's like, oh hey, well, it's not that well written or translated. Again, I don't know if it has to be too high, but I'm gonna put it here in a good game. Find Me. The developer's name was Erune. I left a comment on her itch.io profile of this game a while back. This was like 2 years ago, I think. Again, translation, some typos, but nothing's perfect. It's gonna happen. The game, the story was interesting, and still Erune said that it needed to be more polished. Like, she would focus more on developing the characters and their stories. So I am looking forward to that. I don't know if it has been done yet. I really like this game, so I'm gonna put it here at very good because I remember that when I beat the game, the ending stuck a lot with me for the following days. This one is Gathering on Halloween Night to Summon. It's a short game with a plot twist. I remember I played it on 2021 for the Halloween month. I only did like Halloween themed videos for that year, 2021, where I would play RPG horror games about Halloween. And that year, at Halloween on the 31st, my first video of 5 short horror stories came out. So it was a special month, October 2021. It's a short game where you have to assemble some pieces of puzzles and stuff. And yeah, not too much to it. It was a good game. Pretty interesting at least. Going Down, and this is the thumbnail I made for this game because I couldn't find anything about it. You're basically on an elevator and you're going down, like the name of the game, and there's a strange dude that starts asking random questions that as you go, as you descend, the questions get deeper and creepier and darker. And sometimes the game is so good because sometimes like I wanted to choose one option and the mouse wouldn't let me, like it would automatically choose the other option, which of course was the worst option. So it was really immersive. I remember suggesting people to watch this video with the lights out and with headphones. So the experience was good. I will put it here as a very good game. Hakura's Wife Visiting. You are on a dojo, I think, and you look for things, and this beast tries to kill you or hang with you. I don't remember. I remember that the images of the endings were the thing I liked most. So yeah, good game, Nothing more than that. Hand in Hand. It's about two chicks on a school. They go to school at night, and suddenly, like a spirit or something starts stalking them and they have to. It was like a curse, if I'm not mistaken. I did a gameplay about this, a full gameplay, and it had a battle mechanic. So you at some point you have to battle. You're on a fight with shadows and stuff. Not too much to say about that either. So it was also a good game. The Hangman is the latest installment in the Strangeman series and the last. Yeah, I played them in order in the channel. I played first the Crookman, then the Sandman with the deaths, the Boogeyman with the deaths, and the Hangman with the ending. It was an hour-long video, probably like this one's going to be, and the endings really left me traumatized. I was very traumatized by the endings, by the story, all that Will had to go through, like in his mental state, and I believe that this is the guy that, along with David, I still think that David, like in personal terms, had to go through the most because Keith had to go through a lot, of course, but chasing a killer and trying to save his wife, which is not like something you take lightly. It's also very hard. But Will, he basically is a 15-year-old boy, I think, wandering alone on a very dangerous facility, abandoned facility, and there's a murder on the loose, so what could possibly go wrong? I will put it here in excellent. This is the dark side of Hansel and Gretel. It's dark. It's very dark. Like, this is made by Sharon. She develops very dark games. She also developed this one, The Dark Side of Red Riding Hood, to which we'll get eventually. Yeah, the popular story of Hansel and Gretel, but with some twists. It has also several endings, and each ending is more traumatic than the other. I really enjoyed it. It had its parts. The Oast, it had some sound effects that when I immediately heard it, oh, this is from Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, which, by the way, is getting remaked on the Switch. I am so excited for that. I literally cried when I saw that on the Direct because Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door is one of my favorite games of all time. I know it doesn't have to do with the video, but I wanted to say it. So, this game is very good. A very, very good game. Hello, hello. I think it deserves to be at least an excellent because it was also very popular back then. PewDiePie played it, Markiplier as well. So it's known. It's a well-known game. You have to play it several times to get the endings, and you are getting the puzzles and stuff. So um, I would put it as an excellent game because it has a dark story as well. So I think it deserves to be there. This is Ib, but it's Ib remake. It's not the original game. This is the remake that came out like last year. That was the first time I got to play Ib or finish it because I had played the original before but never beat it. I bought the remake when it came out on Steam, and I bought it on Japanese, so I had to wait until it got the translation. But what can you say? This is a classic. This is a very good RPG horror game that inspired others, and the story is pretty good. You already know the story, so I won't tell the story again. Insanity. This is the remake because it also has a first game. This was made by Yuri, if in case you didn't know. Yes, Crookman, Boogeyman, Sandman, Hangman. I'm sorry. I thought it was cool. The fact that you got to play with different groups of friends, like first played with this group and you had to progress with this group in order to advance with the other, and each group had its different puzzles and items that you needed for other groups. So I thought it was interesting. The story is dark. The story is very good. It's a father that tries to revive his dead daughter. He's a chemical. He's a scientist, so he creates chemicals and medicine, and he believes that he can resurrect his dead daughter. So there you have it. What could possibly go wrong if you're a group of teenagers trapped in a mansion with this dude? I would. I think it was an excellent game. I really liked it, and I really love Yuri's work in general. It's not me, it's my basement. The story was very good. I remember playing it back in the day. It was like last year or in 2021. Basically, you are Henry, which is a non binary character. So they try to hide the fact that they have their parents locked in the basement, and they feed them and stuff. So it's pretty disturbing if you think about it a little bit. So I would put it as a very good game. It was very good. John Doe or John Doe, I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically it's not like an RPG like all of these. It's more like a, I would say, visual novel. I don't know up to what extent, but you click and choose options, and it's drawn. It's a drawn game, so depending on your choices, you get the ending. It's a weird dude that stalks you. You are a female protagonist, I'm assuming. This dude stalks you, so depending on your choices, he will do certain things. You have to watch that video. I think it was it got me the creeps, so very good game. Kanojo no Le, actually the developer of the game, Green Azumarill, maybe? Azurill, I don't want to say it wrong, but developer of the game commented on the video, and I'm glad they did, because when I publish my work, I of course want people to watch it, but if the developer themselves get to watch the video and like it's the best feeling ever for me. So they watched the all deaths video of this, and I thought it was pretty cool. The deaths were pretty cool because the different deaths had different animations. Like I remember a death where you would get locked with a doll, and there's an animation of the doll coming to life and brutalizing you. It was pretty good. So I would put it here as a very good game because of its animations. Kyo's Adventure. I have a lot of story with this game. I uploaded the All Deaths video last year, and the video exploded. It got 300k views, and it brought a lot of people to this channel that are still here. So I owe a lot to this game. The thing is that YouTube age restricted this video when it was at its peak. I don't know if it'll probably be getting to 1 million by now if it wouldn't have been age restricted, but it is what it is. It has its right to be age restricted. I didn't complain about that. I got a little bit upset because obviously it was a video that was bringing a lot of views and subscribers and everything to my channel, so of course I got a little bit upset when it got age restricted, but I understand that. I have an all that's video, I have the showing the secret rooms, I have some parody videos about it, a family friendly edition of the all that's video that didn't get age restricted, so go watch all my Kio's Adventure content, please. I would put it here, excellent, because it has given me a lot, and I am very grateful for this game. And I understand the critics, I understand that the fact that why it had to be even removed from Steam. I understand that. I am not a psycho, I think. This is Kubitori Sarasa, developed by Sharon, or at least I think she was involved in the development. So this is basically you get lost in the mountains and you get to hang with this chick, but she's like a dark creature, a demon, and she kills you if you let her. But still, you can see, you know, her attributes at certain point. Not full, but you get to see stuff. It was a good game, because it had like 2 or 3 endings. Last Prom, I think, please, let's be all respectful. I think that the developer of this game passed away. I played this game back in 2015. The developer was Jeremy19. She had her, if it's a she had her Game Jolt page where you can download this game. Where she said that she recognized that the game had some typos and please, you know, excuse that because it was her first game. Nonetheless, the story was good. It's about 2 friends that are excited to go to their school's prom, but shit goes down. There's a legend of the disappearance of one of the girls of last prom, you know, the last year prom, that's why it's called Last Prom. And apparently the story is about to repeat itself, so it was a good game. I would say it was a very good game, actually. You know, if you don't mind the typos, you know, like the bad English, I have bad English as well, so I don't mind. The story is worth it, trust me. It also has good animations, like designs for the characters. This one's called Leave. I played it fairly recently, like 2 or 3 months ago. It's short. I played it basically for the deaths that are very horror ambience because the monster is creepy. It's like the face of a red woman with horrible eyes, and I got into it. It was pretty cool. I wouldn't say it's like very, very good or excellent, so I would leave it as a good game. But still, it had its things. I mean, I am even reconsidering it because it was short but good, so I think I will put it here in very good. I really liked it. Well, we got to this point, Mad Father and Mad Father remake. The reason why I put like the original games and the remakes, like with Memory Swamp, Misao, you know, Paranoia, is because, you know, a game, an original game, and its remake or its definitive edition are different. I mean, it's the same story, same characters, but it has different elements, and I think they should be rated differently. So regarding the original Mad Father, of course, it has to be God tier. It's the classic, an instant classic. Back in the day, this game has very good story, very good background characters, very good music, very good drawings, etc. This game, it also inspired others, so it has to be in God tier. With the remake though, or the remake, it's good as well. It expanded also. There's a blood mode, I think, where you can see the story of grown Aya. The story of the girl, apparently she killed, you know, this chick Rooney. I don't remember the name, but Rooney something. You get to see that, and some of the puzzles are changed. It's more difficult to die because you get to, you know, dodge before dying. So as much as I like the remake, as I would put it here in excellent. It was an excellent remake. I bought it for the Switch, and I also recorded like the getting the gems for this game, because this has a less. This one had 21 gems or gems, and this one has 20. So I recorded this on my Switch. Matryona's Last Night. The story is basically, I don't want to spoil it too much. You need to watch it. It has a plot twist at the end, but basically it's this chick that it's stuck on the loop. Like, she killed her family and she's stuck in that, so she's damned to kill them endlessly. Yeah, basically that. So it was a good game. No more than that. This is Mermaid Swamp. This is the original one. I like more of the charm of the original one, and I am gonna put it up here as well because developed by Yuri. Well, I don't know if it's like a classic. I don't know if it is as known as these other games. So maybe, yeah, I'll put it here in excellent. I don't know. I don't think this is a classic. I like it a lot. I think it's great, the story, the disturbing it is, but I don't think it's God tier. I don't think it's a classic. It's very good. It's excellent, actually. The remake, it's excellent as well because it has voice acting. So you add the good story the original one had, so you add voice acting to it. And in Japanese, which I like a lot. Midnight Train. This game is good. It's not like very horror, very creepy. More like mystery or yeah, like mystery, adventure, fantasy, you would say. But it's still very good. The story, this is very focused on the story, the maps, the way the characters are. That's what this game focuses more, not on the horror ambience, but it's still pretty good. I will put it here in very good game. This is Mikoto Nikki, a game where you go to your crush's house and you find out about her dark secret. So there you have it. That's the summary of this game. It was good. The story is dark, the endings are dark, but I think this is a good game. I wouldn't put it here in very good. Devil of the Mirror is a game I've been wanting to play for a very long time, but I just played it, a couple of months ago, maybe at the beginning of the year. And I thought it was good, the music. I like the music. Sometimes just open the game to hear its music. What can I say? I don't remember much about the story though, I'm not gonna lie. But still, because of the music and the fact that I could record, and it had also animations. I remember some animations when you were about to be killed or the endings. So it's a very good game as well. We made it to Misao and the definitive edition. I don't know, I am more into the charm of the original game, so God tier, of course. This one is very famous. Back in the day, the story is so dark, so disturbing. You get to feel sorry for the characters. I actually got a little bit sad for this story for some time, like the following days, like what the hell. And the definitive edition, it's an excellent game. I insist. The graphics are better and whatever you want, but nothing like the charm of the original. Mario the Music Box. This game I played recently, like 2-3 months ago. I loved everything about it. I played it during the same time that the movie came out. So I was playing this game. I went to watch the movie and it was like a Mario-y vibe. So there are a couple references from the movie in my All That's video. I had to divide the All That's video in 3 because this game is very long and it has so much depth that I had to do 3 parts of it. I love this game. The opening, the song. Wow, I get goosebumps remembering that song. So excellent. As much as I would love to put it in God tier, it's an excellent game. Try it out. You get to play as Mario, as Luigi at some point. It's amazing. Mogeko Castle is a very popular game. I don't know if it's God tier, but it's very popular. Very disturbing as well. It has some innuendos. You know, a schoolgirl being stalked by mogekos, by those yellow things that are horny as hell. So I will also put it as an excellent game. The story, you're going home because your brother is going to come back home. You are in a train that doesn't take you home, but takes you to another world, apparently. That it's filled with these mogekos, these horny dudes. You get to their castle, but now you try to escape, going up some floors. That's the story, that's all I can say. You go watch the videos or play the game. Monster Love Party. I also played this game for the Halloween month in 2021. I did a full gameplay about it. The story is good. You are like this dude that has to go to a house to guard the house, that people don't get into it and start doing, uh, you know, vandalism stuff, and then you find these kids that like they're missing some body parts, or they're missing their eyes, or I would put it as a good game. Good game. It also had some bosses or enemies, disturbing enemies that you had to find ways to defeat. Mother, this story is about, yeah, you play as one of the children, and you are trapped in on a very heavy and strong winter. Food is running low. You don't have a father apparently. Mother needs to feed her children one way or another. That's all I'm gonna say. It was very good. The like, I like Mother's drawing. She's just really charming, if you ask me. Messed up but charming. Nightmare of the Snow. I also played really. I played this game really recently again. I would put it honestly in very good. It was very good. The story. I was getting into the story at times, not every time, because I wanted to find more of the deaths. It has a lot of deaths as well. So I was getting into the story just at times. Sometimes like I would read stuff and go through the stories. Some other times I was just rushing through the map finding the deaths. So that's that. I still like it a lot because of the elements. The maps were very big, but that's something I didn't mind at all. The scenarios were good. And another thing I liked about this game is the deaths in general. They were good. Nightmare Traveler, the story's about, yeah, your father abuses you, not in a sexual way, but your father hits you and stuff. He doesn't like you, and then you like try to save your sister and stepmother. I think I don't know if I'm saying the story correct because I don't remember. I played it 2 years ago. It was a good game. I think it was a good game. It had its horror elements. It has its jump scares. So yeah. Paper Lily, I just played the demo of Paper Lily. I didn't get too far. I just got into the boss and I haven't continued it because it's not that I didn't like it, but I noticed that people didn't get much to it, so I stopped. But I found it interesting, like the character, the Lacey, I think it was called, the protagonist was called Lacey, and that you could change her clothes and that you could go through her stuff, and you have her brother, and so I'll put it here. A good demo, at least, because I haven't played the full thing. Then we get to Paranoiac and Paranoiac Remake. Paranoiac is also a very well-known RPG, but not up to this level. So it's gonna be an excellent game because it has its horror elements. It makes you think. The paranoia, the diseases, depression, and all that stuff. It's covered in this game. The remake, though, I didn't like what they did with the monster. Like, it's no longer a crawling thing following you. It's just like more like a poltergeist thing. I honestly didn't like that change. The game is still good, but that change made it go a little bit lower for me. So it's a very good game. This is Party Cemetery. This was just a game where, it doesn't have a story or a purpose. Well, it has its purpose. You basically cruise through a map, and there are sprites of famous horror killers and protagonists. You can get Jason's autograph, you can get Sadako's autograph, Freddy's autograph, and some others. There are ghosts and stuff. You basically just walk and talk to them, and that's all. It still was a pretty neat game for the October 2021 Halloween month. So yeah, good game. Pedestal, developed by Yuri. It's not a horror game. It's more like a mystery game. You have to investigate the death of a school girl that apparently committed, I don't know if I can say it, the suicide or S word. And you have to investigate it. And I was getting a lot into the game, but unfortunately, like as I was I did a gameplay about it. I got to like part 7, and yeah, unfortunately, people weren't getting into it as much as I was, so I had to stop. And I haven't gotten back to it yet. I really think it's a good game. I will put it here as very good game actually, despite not being horror. Pinocchio Goria, I also played recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, or last month, depending on when this video comes out. What can I say? I really like the game. The story's not, well, it's deep, but not too much. Basically, Geppetto had two kids, Pinocchio and Mia, but Pinocchio died along with his mother when he was delivered. Um, and Geppetto, that's the reason why he creates the puppet, the marionette. Pinocchio then 30 years later he finds a jewel, a magic jewel that can bring his dead son's soul to the marionette. So yeah, stuff goes down. I thought it was an excellent game. The deaths were pretty good. It didn't have as much deaths, but the endings were also something else. The physics this game. I was able to speak with the developer and I said, hey, I like nice physics. And he would say, I am a physics engineer and I am proud of it. And I found that really hilarious. And props to that. So excellent game. Pocket Mirror, I sometimes think I underestimate this game because I like it a lot. I would put it in very good, but I know that this game is more famous than that, so I would have to put it in excellent. I think it's a very, very good game, but sometimes I think that people like it more than I do, so that's why I put it on excellent. Project Cat, I remember that I played this game for my 50 subscriber special. Imagine, 50 subscriber. Right now we are at 2.5k, which I am truly grateful for that. And then thank you for sticking by, even in this video that is very long. I know I myself don't like watching videos that are too long, so thank you if you're still here. So Project Cat, very good game. I will put it here in very good game because I like the elements, like the ritual thing, and basically you messed up. Purgatory is another video that made me have a lot of views. I was expecting nothing from the game. I played it, I loved it. The deaths were really cool, and I got the Butcher. The Butcher, for those of you who don't know, is the main antagonist on this game, on Purgatory 1. And I really like that dude. I don't know. I like his render. I like his sprite. I like everything about that guy. I made it like a personal enemy, frenemy, friend, enemy, frenemy of mine. Like if you see my banner, that dude's there. Every time I can record something from Purgatory, I mention the Butcher. I love the Butcher. I am gonna start a Butcher fan club. Yeah, excellent game. Excellent game. Purgatory 2 expanded the story more than the horror element. Like Purgatory 1, I can understand it was a little bit of horror, but Purgatory 2 makes it more like sci-fi adventures, which is not bad. I also love the lore expansion, involving Lobelia, the corporation, the demons, all that stuff. I also thought that this game was at that time, I thought it was excellent. I still think it's excellent. So both of them are excellent games. Go play them. And Purgatory 3 is gonna come eventually. And Purgatory X, a spin-off, and a remake of Purgatory. So there's a lot of Purgatory content. Hopefully we can get more of the Butcher. The Dark Side of Red Riding Hood, not too much to say about this game. You just walk on the map and get to different routes or different paths, and depending on the path you took, you get an ending. Really disturbing endings though. There were some endings that I was like, whoa, can I even upload this? So yeah, excellent game if you are into horror and disturbing content. Red Room, I played it last month, and yeah, you're in your room again, like Horse Cage, you're in your room, you interact with things in your room, and depending on the things you did interact with and the things you didn't, you get an ending. I remember I just played it once, I just got one ending and thought like maybe this time I will not show all the endings of a game. I left the link to download the game in the description of the video, and I encouraged people to play it to see what endings they could get. I thought it was a good game. It's short, so well, it was short for me because I just got one ending. But maybe getting all the endings gets you an hour-long gameplay, or I don't know. Sabrina, another game with a good story. It's short, but the story is what made it to me. You are a dude that, and apparently a freak girl gets into your house, and there's a plot twist there. So I would say it was an excellent game. Not too known, I think, but excellent for me. The Sandman, the last game of the Strangeman series that we have to cover in this tier list, chronologically is the second. The protagonist is Sophie. In terms of horror, it's the one that has the least horror because it's more fantasy. Sophie wanders through the fairy world to fight the Sandman, which is basically a fairy doing its job. It's not a bad guy. It's just a dude that wants to put people to sleep because he's the Sandman. He does that. So, yeah. It's not that this is the game that I least enjoyed. I think it's really good, but you know, the story makes it go down one spot from the others. So if Krugman is here because of it's got tier because it's well known, and the other ones are here, I would say that the Sandman is a very good game. It's very good. I recommend it. It has its charm, but I prefer the other Strange Man series installments. And it's a shame because Sophie is actually the second protag I like more, or the third. Yeah. Saver of the Abyss. I don't remember much about the story. You are trapped in a facility. They did some experiments with you. I don't remember if you get powers or no, but there are disturbing monsters. The monsters are like sea creatures, mutant sea creatures that will follow you through the facility as you try to escape or discover the truth. I remember there was a very busty doctor that I used in thumbnails, and it really helped me. It was very good. The deaths were good as well. The way it was developed, the engine, the deaths, the maps, the scenarios, it was very high. Skinwalker, based on popular legends of the Skinwalkers, you and a group of friends wandered through some woods, and then you find out that something is stalking you. You go to try to find shelter, and it's useless because I think you ended up getting killed. It had also several endings, like 2 or 3. I don't remember much about this game. I didn't check it previously, so I'll put it as a good game. The Wedding. I recorded an All That's video about this game. I thought it was good. The story, a little bit confusing at times, I gotta admit, but the monsters following you, the scenarios were good, so I'm gonna put it as a good game as well. Trick and Treat had few deaths, like 8 or 9 deaths, but they were good because every time you died, it would show a picture of that specific death. The map was great, the character design was good. I'm gonna put it here. Very, very good game. Turtlehead and Turtlehead Unmasked. Again, I like more the charm of the original game. Both games are great. You even in the unmasked version you get a plus, like that's Emma's story. You know, you get to play as the blue-haired chick, her side of the story. But still, I even like more the sprites on the original, the charm, the maps and everything. Don't get me wrong, Unmasked is really good as well, but Turtlehead, the original one, is more charming to me, at least. So I would put it in excellent game, and Turtlehead Unmasked, it's gonna be in very good. And then we get to the ending, to the climax of this video, I would say. The Witch House and the Witch House and B, the remake, whatever you want to call it. The Witch House is my favorite RPG horror game of all time. The story, the plot twist, the characters, they don't even, the protagonist doesn't even need to speak as much. Basically, that plot twist at the end was something else back in the day. When I first played it, I couldn't believe what happened. It hit me really hard. I couldn't stop thinking about that ending for a very long time, actually. So yeah, favorite game. The original one, of course. Envy is really good. It has that hard mode that changes the places of the dead, so it's like playing the game, a different game, but with the same story. Because you die in different places, you need to do other things to solve the puzzles, so it's playing a different game, really, with the same characters and the same ultimate goal. I don't know, I would put Envy like in God tier, in representation of the Witch House, which is also a classic. So let's put Envy here. So there you have it. This is my tier list of the RPG horror games I have covered in this channel. Again, I have played a couple more RPG horror games, Corpse Party, Nikki, but I haven't recorded about them. So what do you think? You know, this is my personal opinion. You can have your opinion of the games I have played, of course. Maybe you could say, no, Kitu, I think that Anne should be God tier because of the animations, or no, Kitu, the Witch House. Well, you can argue with me in this one. This is my favorite game. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. I am so sorry I didn't want to make this video as long as it is, but you know, as much as I try to edit things out, just look at all these games. I have played all these games in my channel, and I haven't made just one video of some of them. Like the Witch House has like 5-6 videos. The Crookman, the full I played the full game in parts, so it has like 6 videos as well. Ip has like 9, Mad Father 3 or 4. Kyo's Adventure, where's Kyo's Adventure? Where are you? You. Like 5-6 videos. So yeah, imagine I've played all these games throughout my channel, and throughout the 3 years that this November I'm gonna be 3 years uploading videos on YouTube. I am so happy, and thank you once again for subscribing, liking, and commenting my videos. And I would always say, like, even if disliking the video, because you at least interact with it. I don't know. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video. My throat is hurting right now. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up with a sore throat, and I will fucking kill somebody.